I'm doing really good. I sent you a little note. I didn't know if I'd get to talk to you or not. But thank you for having this today. I looked forward to it.
Oh,
And um, the one thing that's become quite clear is that I don't really, don't
mm,
really notice anything has changed much
mm,
since I saw that I was not who I thought I was.
mm.
Because the person that thought she was Doreen wasn't a person in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
there's nothing for the person. The person doesn't get anything by going, "Oh, I don't exist," and then
No.
afterwards, because it's not even. It's just never been there and never will be there.
Yeah.
Um, it's not something. And the funny thing was when it was saw that there was no Doreen, there was no person, I laughed. The body laughed because life saw all the funny things that it had done, like meditating 3 hours a day. Because why would life have to do any kind of ritual or thing to be itself, to
Yeah.
be life? It was so funny. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Like, what in the hell have what's going on here? Life's, that's all there is. And the reason I wanted to talk, because I had with my husband the other day a conversation about money. Now I know that there's no person there, and I know that I'm not a person, but I'll tell you what, that was not fun. And what happens is everything is included.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So yeah, the body's having a discussion about money, and there's anger, all of that. There's nothing that gets escaped from just
No, no,
because you
no.
realize, no, it's crazy.
No, of course. It just continues as it is.
Yes.
Of course, anger arises. The difficulty for what the person's idea of what's being suggested is just ridiculous. It's just absolute nonsense, and it usually involves some, um, usually things getting much much better, things always being positive, not being touched, not being annoyed by anything, just floating on a
Oh,
cloud through life, and it's just absolute rubbish. Yeah.
who would that happen to?
Who would that? And that's just reflective, really, of the sense of when there's a person, that dualism of pulling in pleasure and rejecting pain and discomfort.
Yeah.
That's all that is,
Yeah.
really. That's just a
Yeah.
projection of that kind of energy of being a person. That's what the apparent person does, is try to live in a continually comfortable bubble of me. So pain can't be it. Um,
Yeah.
a cancer diagnosis can't be it. Uh,
Hmm.
Sudden death
Yeah.
of a family member, that can't be it.
Yeah.
Really painful things. They can't be. They just can't be. They can't be. It has to be, you know, friendship and achieving goals and feeling good and all that lovely stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
I
quite
mean,
a shock
when there
it's quite a
was,
shock when it's seen that it's just this, and it is the pain,
yeah.
it is all of that, because but of course it is. Then obviously, even logically, when you think of it, if it's oneness, how could it not be all that? How could it not be
Oh
pain?
yeah, this is
Yeah,
oneness, but that's not.
yeah,
You
yeah, there
know,
you go.
it's yeah. If I was really at life energy, and I'm home, then man, I shouldn't feel any anger.
Yeah,
Well, that's crap too, because and the thing is that I used to long for this enlightenment or whatever. That's just a word. I longed for
yeah,
enlightenment when I was life trying to find its true self or whatever. And yeah, it's not at all. You don't have, you lose everything. You lose your family. You lose be who you are. And it was very, very hard on the body.
Mm.
The body got very sick,
Mm.
and there was a lot of grieving. So
Mm.
nobody can tell me that they see that there's not a self and that everything is life, and then things get good. Well, don't look for that.
Yeah, but
Life
it is
is
what it
not
appears
that.
to be for that character. Yeah, it plays out as
Yeah,
it
that's
plays out,
true.
and it can be very. It could also be very comfortable for that an apparent
Yeah,
character,
yeah,
and then it could just be saying, "Oh, there never was a me." Oh, all right. So that's the beauty of
yeah.
it too. It is both narratives. It is
That's
painful
true.
one and
Hmm.
the no drama one too.
Yeah, or mixture. Could be anything. So it's kind of like you said, it's exciting. It's to to just not try to keep things at bay anymore when I thought I was a person. No, it's the same, really. There's not much change. I guess that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah, there's no change whatsoever, because it's always just this and it's always just been this, and yet
Hmm.
it's indescribably different. It's both.
Yeah.
It's the same as being a person, because the person is artificial. It's not actually there, and it's indescribably different to being a person at the same
Hmm.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. That's true. Because all the
And that
seeking is gone.
yeah, because that heaviness is that everything is just boundless and free to be as it is. Um, the 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 sense of being an individual, everything is imprisoned in this subject object reality, and things aren't seen as they really are.
Hmm.
And there's always that yearning
Yeah.
then for things just to be as they are, and that plays
Mm.
out as it plays out. It's not a yeah. It's not a.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, there isn't the thinking that there's something guilt or that I've done, because there isn't anyone. It's just that's gone for me. So.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the neurosis of being a person can just fall away, and things like guilt and these aspects of being a person. Yeah, there's a heaviness to being an individual. There's a, yeah, and relating. There's a heaviness in relating to separate objects, even even objects like your car. Not to mind your brother, your wife, or your son, or your relationships. There's layers to that, layers and layers and layers and layers, and a heaviness. When it's seen there is no body and there's no sense, there's just mothering and fathering and carrying, and everything just appears to happen.